Hello friends and welcome to another Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes video. This is Thaddeus from Going Nerdy and I am broadcasting live today, or not live, but when I make this video, as I make this video, I am actually broadcasting from sunny California, and I've been on vacation for the last few days, and while I've played the game, I haven't really been paying attention, but so much has happened that I just have to talk about, and I'm very, very excited about. Now, what you guys all have known or seen is this new Nightsister rework that has gone through, and the events associated with it. Now, I'm going to start off showing you the marquee event where we get Mother Talzin. So for those of you who don't know who Mother Talzin is, she is a Nightsister who was essentially a contemporary of Emperor Palpatine, and one of the few people that Palpatine was actually scared of. If you're not familiar with this character, then I suggest you go back and watch the Star Wars Clone Wars cartoon and actually give it a chance. It's a really good show. A lot of people like it more than Rebels, and I can understand the reasoning behind that. But if you would like to learn more about the canon, it is a really good source to do so. But Mother Talzin is one of the main characters, or she is a side character who has a pretty big role and influences quite a bit of the events in the series. Now, one of the things that I'm going to start off with this whole event series, this Nightsister rework, is one, I think it's really cool that they're doing this around Halloween time. I really think that this was a really well thought out move on their part. This was definitely something, I mean, it fits the time of the year, it fits, we've been clamoring for more effective reworks. I mean, the Nightsisters were a pretty useless team up until recently. I mean, Talia is one of the first characters you get, but let's face it, unless you have every other character, you probably haven't spent time or energy or money, and by that I mean in-game money, farming Nightsister Initiate, farming really any other characters. But I think it's cool that they've started with this, because I think where they're going to be going is going, I think we're eventually here in the next month or two, we may get it before the characters come out for the movie for episode 8, or we may get it after episode 8, but I think what we'll see is a Clone Wars, not a Clone Wars, a Separatist. I think the next faction that we're going to see reworked is the Separatists, and I think we're going to get quite a bit of love for the Separatists. I mean, we've seen an Ewok rework before we saw the Separatist rework, but because the Separatists and the Nightsisters have, you know, some beef, it makes sense that we'll see them next. Now, whether we do or whether we don't, I don't know. We'll see. But in my mind, that's where I would take it. But one of the things that I will say, just with this basic marquee event, I am loving the new animations of these characters, specifically Mother Talzin's animation. It's just sweet. It's more than I think we've seen in a lot of our other characters. She's more animated. She's more lively, and I think that's pretty awesome. And while I'm going to be talking about the events, I don't want to really talk about, you know, the abilities and whatnot, but I will say this whole plague feature, you'll see this little thing, these 3 marks that were on top of Sidious. I think that is awesome. I freaking love the plague power, the plague ability. I think that is going to put a whole new spin on the game, and I think it's going to make it a lot more challenging, because you're going to have teams that do a plague. Plague is an ability that you cannot dispel unless you can completely increase a character's health. Now, essentially what that means is we're going to have healers being viable again, or used more often. We've already seen Barriss Offee kind of shoot up in the meta ranking, in the arena ranking, and for those of you who put a Zeta on Luminara Unduli, we know that the Jedi are becoming more and more viable again. This is going to make her Zeta ability, which isn't necessarily the greatest ability, that much more effective. But first and foremost, I think what we're going to see is a sharp uptick in usage with Barriss Offee. If you haven't seen her yet in action, she is kind of a beast to fight against. Cubs Fan Haunt did a pretty great video about how to approach her, how to take her down. But I really do love this rework, and I love the way that it's done. But what's cool about this is we are getting a lot of Nightsister love, a lot of Darkside love, that we really haven't seen in a while. In the content update on the 18th of this month, like a couple of days ago, depending on when you're watching this, it says that there are 5 new events that are coming into this, and the Rituals of Revenge marquee event where we get Mother Talzin is just the first of the 5. It's again really impressive, and I really like these characters. Now I am doing the marquee event first because it does give me Mother Talzin, and it's going to give me enough Mother Talzin shards to be able to play the other events with her in it. Now, I like these marquee events because it gives you your first look and feel on how to actually play the character, play as a team. Now, one of the cool things was you could use any team that you wanted in these marquee events. It's open. But using a Nightsister team does give you the tools, does give you at least an opportunity to give it a shot, to figure out how you want to run your team. Now the next event that I'm going to be showing you is this Defense of Dathomir. And what's really cool about this is they're taking a scene from the movie, or a scene from the cartoon, the Clone Wars, and they're playing it out here, and we kind of saw that in the heroic event, and I kind of think that we're going to see that if and when we get a heroic event for Rey. And let's face it, we're totally going to be getting a heroic event for Rey. Everything that they've given us so far just in the forums is screaming that. The fact that they're changing Rey's name to Scavenger Rey, why would they need to differentiate between Scavenger Rey if there wasn't another one coming? There has to be another one coming, and the fact that we have Veteran Han and Veteran Chewie and everyone essentially from Episode 7, we're getting, I mean, it just makes sense. I mean, based on the information that we've seen, like, they're giving us the subtle hints that just scream that. But anyways, I love that they're taking moments from canon, and this is the new canon, of course, and playing it out on the game. I think that's pretty sweet. I think I would love to see a lot more. I would love to see the Order 66 carried out by the Clone Wars, or the Clone Troopers. I would love to see Anakin going up against the Jedi. I think that would be awesome. I would love to see more of a Phoenix story played out. I know that a lot of people don't like or don't participate in the Star Wars Rebels, but I love the story and I love the characters, and I think it would be really neat to see that played out. But anyways, this second event is kind of a neat one, and it is what we will use to get more and more Mother Talzin shards. Now, it's a fairly easy, fairly straightforward event. The first one we are forced to use the characters that they give us, and that's a pretty good thing, because let's face it, if you guys are like me, you probably don't have a ton of character shards. I personally am just now showing you unlocking Mother Talzin for the first time. If you would like, there are packs and bundles in the shop, and you know my feelings on packs and bundles. If you're gonna buy a character, buy the character. Don't gamble on the character. I traveled through Vegas, dropped $1 in a slot machine, and walked away with 22 cents. And I feel like I walked away a winner. Now, of course, I had a great breakfast before that, so I walked away a winner no matter what. But I will say, this doesn't need to be a casino, right? You can get Mother Talzin shards by doing this event. She could very well be game-changing. I think the Nightsister Rework is going to be game-changing. But I do think that you guys could probably wait if you're not willing to spend the money. But if you are it's $10, right? And you get 25 shards. That's enough to put you over to a 4-star Mother Talzin, which is pretty sweet. But what I'm going to be saying now, one of the things that I like so much about this character and this group is they're making it hopefully easier for us to get character shards. The event itself is not very hard. The way the Nightsisters are worked, or the way the team is set up, the dynamics, it does make it easy, or at least easier, to survive. Here we are in phase 3 of this very first tier, and I'm doing okay. I mean, I've lost protection on all my troopers or all my characters, but it looks like I'm going to win out. And spoiler alert, I do. Now, one of the things that I actually like about this event is this is going to be how we get Mother Talzin. And what'll be interesting about this, unless you buy the packs, unless you spend actual money or crystals, then what you're going to be doing is you're going to be replaying this event over and over and over again. Now, the replay event is like less than 800 crystals, which, I mean, that's 2 days worth of coming in first and second in arena, both, or 1 day of coming in first in both arenas, or 2 days coming in second in both arenas. Regardless, it's a lot of crystals, but you will get, I think, 10 crystals every time. Now, if you're going to be doing that, if you're going to be spending that kind of crystals, then it might be a smart move to just go ahead and buy the $10 pack or bundle or whatever it is and get the thing. Now, what's cool about this, what I like about this, is you will not be able to progress to the second phase or the second tier until you have a 7-star Mother Talzin. And what that shows to me, or what that tells me, is they're trying to get people to they're trying to give people a chance to get Mother Talzin, right? If you're showing up, if you're playing, then you're going to be able to get her. And I think that's kind of neat. I think that's cool that they're doing that. So now this next event that I'm going to be showing you is the latest Flash event that we have been given. They've updated, they've made some changes, and some pretty drastic ones. First and foremost, what they're doing is, instead of running the event at 1 hour increments throughout a given day, they're running it in 6-hour increments, 1 time per day. So instead of having to log in 4 or 5 times throughout the day, now you just have to be able to log in 1 time and do the battle. You will be facing off against 1 squad, kind of in an arena-esque battle, and it's a pretty difficult one. You are going up against a CLS, Rex, R2-D2, Obi-Wan, and Leia. Now, or at least this is Princess Leia, Rebel Leia, whatever. Pre kind of territory battle Leia. Not Rolo is essentially my point that I'm going with here. Now, these are difficult characters. This is very similar to the team that I run in the arena. And I've been ranking pretty well lately, don't mind bragging. I still get my butt kicked pretty much on the daily. But still, it's not an easy team to beat. But what's cool about this team, what's cool about this just in general, is the first one is, again, one where you will be using a team they provide you. And which is awesome, let's face it, because here is the first chance that you will get to play the Nightsisters zombie and the Spirit. So, really cool to see these characters in action. And what's awesome is to see how effective Plague and the Health Drain are. Look at CLS. He is getting his butt handed to him. And, man, they're just taking it to him, those Nightsisters. And the stacking of Plague, my goodness, every time he goes, he's just killing himself slowly. But this is a really cool event. I really do like this. And again, I love the animation, the interaction of these characters. I think that's super cool. 10 Talia shards. Talia is the event character for the month of October. So hopefully, if you guys don't have her by now, these will help you. If not, shard shop. But here's the thing. I'd like to take a look at this. My characters are not very high. I am going to go ahead and throw in Talzin and Old Daka, and I don't know if that's the initiative, one of them. But none of my characters are above level 80. None of them are fully geared out. None of them are fully maxed out. And I'd like to point out that this is a tough team that I'm going up against. And I am going to win. Spoiler alert, I know you guys were probably holding your breath. I didn't want anyone to pass out. But man, I'm just impressed. I'm just so impressed with this team and how effective they are. And I'm curious to know, what comes next after this? How are the next group of characters, the next group of toons that we get, going to be able to compete against something so intense as this? Now, the initial response is, we're going to see characters more with the heal ability, or we're going to be able to see things that, dispel undispellable things. Something to that extent. I don't know. That's probably on the horizon. Who knows? But it's cool, and just in the short run to see all of this stuff as it's coming in, and to see how effective these teams are. Now, against the Nightsister team, if you do face one, and eventually we will all face one, you're going to want to take out Old Daka and Mother Talzin very quickly, because Mother Talzin, under her ability, characters can come back, and if they kill one of your characters, they're brought back to life with full health. Old Daka brings people back to life. This is definitely one of those teams that is just going to be a powerhouse. Now, was this what I wanted? No. Personally, I knew that we were going. I figured we would be getting Darkside Love sometime soon. I was, fingers crossed, hoping for a Darkside Ewok. Now, obviously, that didn't happen. The Ewoks got the love that they were looking for. They got the love that they needed. Probably not going to get a Darkside Ewok anytime soon, but I'm going to hold my breath until we get one. I think that'd be really sweet. But anyways, guys, we have one more event coming, and that's coming in the next couple of days. And that is the event where we will be able to get the Ghost and the Zombie from the Nightsister faction. And when those events launch, I'll go ahead and make a short video, kind of just going through them. I do want to finish up with the concept of double drops. Guys, make sure that you are farming these characters. And I'm going to be doing take advantage of the double drops when they come. Even if you have all of the Nightsisters completely unlocked, completely maxed out, it is not a bad idea to go through and do some constant double drops. Take advantage of that, because you're not only getting double shards, you're getting double credits, double coins, all of that stuff. I am going to be able, because of this event, I will most likely be able to unlock Cassian's U-Wing, and then I'm going to be really close to getting Mob Enforcer. Very excited about that character. But this has been Thaddeus. What have you guys thought about this latest Nightsister event? Do you like it? Do you not? What do you think of the Nightsisters? Are they OP? Are you excited about them? I'm personally really stoked. I think they're going to be really sweet. Leave a comment in the section below, like, subscribe, and share this video with your friends. This has been Thaddeus from Going Nerdy, and as always, my friends, stay nerdy.